Everyone, welcome back. This is Professor Hank, and good to be back with you here once again. And today we're going to talk about one of the most practical aspects of Python programming, and that's going to be reading from text files. So if you've got data stored in a file with a .txt extension, Python can help you read and use that data easily. So today we're going to cover opening files, reading content with read, and readline, and we'll also look at how we can safely close files once we're done. So let's go ahead and dig right in. So when we want to open a file, we're going to use the open function. So here is an example. So we'll create a variable. I'll call it my file, and I'll assign to it open. And then inside of the parentheses here, I'm going to specify the name of the file. And I've already made a text file called gibberish.txt. Got a bunch of just random junk in it just for this video. So gibberish.txt. And I'm going to specify that this file is for reading by using the R. So first argument is going to be the file name, and that is this right here. And then the second, this R right here, that is the mode. And again, that means we're opening the file for reading. We're telling Python, hey, I want to read this file. And if the file doesn't exist, we will get an error. So now let's see how we can read from the file using the read function. And that's going to look something like this. I will create a variable called contents, and I'll assign to it myfile.read. And then after that, I'll print the contents, and then we're going to close the file, myfile.close. All right, now let's see what that looks like when I run it. So you can see here, here's the contents of the file. What happens here is that read is going to pull the entire contents of the file into a single string. That's why when I print contents, it's just printing one long string, and the contents in the file are separated in lines, but each one of the lines has got a new line character after it. So that's why you can see it all broken up onto separate lines. So this is going to be great when you have got small files where you want to grab everything at once. But don't forget, when you're done, you want to go ahead and use that close function to release the file. This is good housekeeping and will prevent errors later. Now let's see how we can read a single line by using the readline function. So instead of using myfile.read, we're going to do something differently. So we're going to keep that close call there. We'll create a variable line1, and we'll say equals myfile.readline. And then we'll create a second line, line2 equals myfile.readline, and then we'll print each one of those out. So print, this will be the first line, and then this will be line 1, and then we'll do the second line. And I think I'll do first line like that, and then we'll do second line like that. So this is going to be line 1, and this is going to be line 2. So let's go ahead and run that and see how it's different. We'll break it down. You can see that readline is reading just one line at a time. And then this is going to be useful when you want to process files line by line. If you call it a second time, it reads the next line and so on. You might notice that there is an empty line here and there's an empty line here. We can get rid of those by telling the print function not to include its own new line character. We can do that, and equals with nothing inside those quotes, then that'll get rid of the extra new line character. So the cursor still moves to the next line because the line in the text file itself has got a new line character at the end. That's how you know that it's its own separate line. So let's go ahead and take a look at a safer way of handling files, and we're going to use this structure known as the with open as structure. Instead of doing this where we have to explicitly close the file, instead we'll use this with keyword, then we'll use our open function call, then we'll specify the name of the file again, gibberish.txt, then we're opening it for reading, and then we're going to say as, and then we're going to put the variable name here, and then we'll have a colon. Then what that does is that creates a block of code that will execute, and as soon as it is finished executing, then the file is going to close automatically. So I could do something like this. I could say line equals my file dot read line, like we've seen before. I'll print out that line. So this is going to give us the first line of the file. Do print line, but I don't need to have a close. Close not needed, because Python's going to handle that for us automatically. So if I run this, you're going to see there's the first line. And even though close isn't there, it's still done for us implicitly. Python gives us this shortcut, the with open as structure. It's going to close it automatically, even if there is an error during the read. It's safer, cleaner, and the recommended way to read files. Let's say that we wanted to process the entire file line by line. We can use a for loop with this whole idea of text files. We'll go ahead and keep this here with open gibberish.txt or as my file. And what we'll do is we will say for line in my file. This is going to be our target variable, and this is going to be the source of where everything's coming from. So this is going to read from the file one line at a time. I could then print the line, and then I'll just say line. Then we'll make sure that there's not extra blank lines in between each line in the output, and I'll do my end equals here. Then this will just go through the file line by line. Copy the first line into line, we print that. This grabs the next line in the file, we print that. This grabs the next line in the file, we print that, and so on until we get to the very end of the file. So let's see that in action, right? So there's the line, each line one at a time. By looping through the file, what's happening is Python's actually kind of treating the file like a list, and it's reading one line at a time. And this is going to be great when you've got long files such as logs, data reports, or even CSVs. Now, one last thing here, I should point out, where was gibberish.txt located? So you'll see readfiles.py was my Python script files. And so I ran that, and you can see that gibberish.txt is in the exact same folder as my script file. Now, doesn't have to be the case. You can use path names to grab the file from anywhere on your computer. Instead of saying gibberish.txt, for example, if it was in a directory named files on my C drive, then I could do something like C://files / on a Windows machine, for example. To recap, you're going to use open with the mode R to read files. We're going to use read for the whole file or read line for one line at a time. Don't forget to close your file, or better yet, use the with block to handle that for you. Future video, we'll take a look at writing files, but for now, try reading a .txt file on your own. As usual, if you're a student of mine, you have questions about the content of this video or any of the videos in our courses, feel free to email me via Canvas or stop by our Zoom office hours. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.